What can I do for you, Doctor?
No, esta vieja no, esta vieja ya la,
Thank you, Nurse Crane.
ya la habíamos charlado, el man que está por acá. Ah, este no hay, ah, espere. Sí, este man.
Good evening, Doctor. I believe we're going to be working together.
Dr. Reed. Dr. Swansea informed us of your arrival, but I could not dare to believe we'd have such good fortune. Such an honor, sir.
Esto es como
Thank you.
extraño.
And you are?
I am Thoreau Strickland, Dr. Thoreau Strickland. I'm a great admirer of your work, Dr. Reed.
Please, could you tell me something about yourself?
I'm a great admirer of your work concerning blood transfusion, Dr. Reed. I run my own experiments. I'm convinced it's the future.
What made you choose to be a doctor?
I'm not ashamed to admit you and your work have inspired me. I am honored to have the opportunity to work by your side.
Bien, bien, bien.
It's always a pleasure to share scientific and medical knowledge with someone eager to learn. I'll be glad to help you if I can.
This epidemic may be the century's most terrible disaster, but I'm convinced that we, as doctors, are the only ones able to defeat it.
I based my technique on my mentor's research. He helped me perfect my method. What is yours?
I'd rather not talk about it. For now, it's just theories and first approach. My process is purely experimental and unsuccessful.
As long as you're cautious and methodical, you may remain empty-handed, but you won't fail.
You're not the first one to warn me, but I am convinced knowledge is the main weapon against the ravages of this epidemic.
Bueno, nos tocará.
What can you tell me
Más
about
información, este man.
Well, it has always been an honor to work with Dr. Swansea. But with your arrival, I can't think of a better opportunity to learn about blood transfusion.
Do you need help with anything in particular?
Well, yes, maybe. I'm waiting for a batch of products I ordered for my personal research, yet my supplier seems to have vanished.
Do you want me to play the errand boy for you?
Oh no, Dr. Reed. But if you went personally to his shop, what with your reputation and all, he wouldn't dare to refuse the products I need.
I see. Well, give me the address, for I may pass by if I have time. You seem quite optimistic. It's a rare and precious attitude in these difficult times.
I'm convinced that this epidemic is a test of endurance and dedication for us men of science.
Questions remain about our capacity to resolve the situation.
True, true. Last summer, during the first wave of the epidemic, I used to joke with Milton about the extra work. We're not smiling now.
Bueno, preguntémosle lo importante.
What do you think of Dr. Ackroyd's aversion to modern medical methods?
It's a shame he's so narrow-minded. Dr. Swansea taught me that science is about exploring uncharted territory. I'm convinced that's true.
With the influenza and all that's going on, you should put your differences aside, don't you think? Why is it so difficult to work together?
I believe that if Dr. Ackroyd had been the one to discover the transfusion process, he would be the first to recommend its use.
So you believe it's just a question of jealousy and pride?
Dr. Ackroyd is as proud as he is blinded by his obsolete concept of medical science.
Ya todo tiene sentido.
Tell me more about your willingness to experiment with new medical techniques.
Harvey Fiddick is a patient suffering from a severe injury that could cripple him if not treated correctly. I'm convinced your blood transfusion technique could help him.
What is it you really want? To save him, or to prove your point?
Fair question. I want nothing but to save my patient, Dr. Reed. Especially since I know Mr. Fiddick's story.
This personal involvement could also appear to be a lack of impartiality. You must know that a good surgeon must remain neutral.
I agree. But that does not excuse Dr. Ackroyd's behavior. A man who did not even take time to converse with his patient.
Do you think keeping his distance was a mistake?
All I know is that I'm taking care of human beings with desires, hopes, and fears. Not some biological machine comprised of blood, bones, and flesh.
Tell me Mr. Fiddick's story.
Our first diagnosis was compromised because Mr. Fiddick lied to us about the real origin of his injury. He first claimed it was an accident.
But why would he hide such crucial information from us?
Because he is a proud father, ashamed of putting his children at risk because of his own negligence.
Vea pues, qué desgraciadito. Listo.
Goodbye, Dr.
Hasta
Strickland.
ahorita. Será el de ahorita, sí. El desgraciadito este. Nah, qué vuelta tan...
How long must I wait, damn it? Blaming me will not further your agenda.
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reed. May I help you?
I don't know if a third opinion is needed. Your colleagues are already arguing about my condition.
I see. Would you mind telling me more about your situation?
I'm Harvey Fiddick. All I want is to get me bloody arm fixed properly.
todo estresado, claro.
Tell me about the doctors who are arguing about your case.
Strickland and Aykroyd. They both want the best for me, but there's a lot of pride there. Doctors are no different from carpenters, it seems.
What do you mean?
I often had professional arguments with rivals on a building site. Difference is I disagreed about wooden nails, not flesh and bones.
Sí.
Tell me about yourself, Mr. Fiddick.
I'm just a regular guy waiting to get his arm fixed, so I can return to work and to my family.
I was more curious about what you were doing before being hospitalized.
I'm a carpenter, and a good one too. But that means I need both arms to feed my family, Dr. Reed.
Sí,
Are you satisfied with your treatment here?
Well, it's clear that I've chosen a bad time to be injured. Forgive my bluntness, but you seem overwhelmed by cases of the flu.
I won't lie to you about it. I'm afraid we are.
Are you sure you don't want to operate yourself, Dr. Reed? I have the feeling you're very capable. And your colleagues seem to think so too.
In other circumstances, you would be right. But for now, I don't think I can take on the responsibility. My apologies. Tell me about your injury, Harvey. Why do you feel so guilty about it?
My wife died because of me. And now I may lose everything because I've been careless enough to hurt myself. What an arsehole.
You can't hold yourself responsible for your injury, Mr. Fiddick. Unless you tried to hurt yourself.
Of course I didn't hurt myself. But I can't work until my arm is fixed. My children need to eat, Doctor.
How could your job be responsible for your wife's death?
I was working a double. She went out to bring me a hot meal and got caught in a German bomb raid.
Tell me more about the death of your wife, Harvey.
1915. I was in the army. Building workshops for the Royal Flying Corps. Helen was happy I wasn't sent to the front.
What happened?
The Germans sent Zeppelins to bomb the construction site, but they missed their target. My wife was bringing my dinner when the bombs fell.
How are your children after losing their mother?
They were
Va a pasar un
smaller
poquito
then.
más rapidito.
I'm sorry for your loss.
I would like to say that she didn't suffer.
No, vamos rápido.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Fiddick.
A ver, es que es al fondo a la izquierda, creo. Esperen, la vieja dijo que al fondo a la izquierda. Y solo veo a este es el loquito. Ah, ese es el amigable, pues. Pero el otro no sé cuál es. Espérenme que ahora se me pilló una pérdida. Ah, y ahí abrieron esto otra vez. A ver.
Oh, sweet girl.
ahí me están guiando. Ah, listo, bro. Sí, sí. Gracias, ya pillé. Sí. Corroboremos que... Ok, ese por aquí.
Not now.
Uy, ¿qué estará haciendo ese man? Que es por aquí. Bien, una nueva arma. Bueno, voy a pasarlo rápido, que pasa con ustedes, muchachos, pero queremos saber rápido qué está pasando y a dónde ir. Listo.
Please come back later.
A ver, ¿dónde no he ido? A ver. Aquí no se puede hacer nada.
I cannot enter.
Por lo tanto,
This must be the place. It's definitely away from prying eyes.
eso.
Relegated to the shadows. A kingdom of my own. At least I won't be sleeping in a coffin.
Aquí había algo. Una carta o algo, no. Así leer súper rápido. Una receta sobrenatural, mermerismo. ¿Qué es? Ok. Capacidad de detectar sangre, sí. Ya se ha visto, ya lo habíamos visto.
The flower's dying. It needs water.
A ver. Tratamiento para la fatiga, para la anemia. Esto está interesante, vea pues, el man aplica sus conocimientos de medicina re bien.
William Bishop's blood is much more unstable than human blood and shows extensive mutation. But this is not what happened to me. I must keep on searching.
Me falta para mejorarlo. Creo que es
The sun is about to rise. I can feel it.
dormir al 100%.
I'll continue tomorrow night. I have so much time now.
¿Qué más me faltó ver? Ah, bueno, que hay un cofrecito. Y creo que ahora sí, a dormir. hay? ¿Qué hay? Vamos a ver qué podemos cuadrar acá. A ver, defensivas. Bueno, esto está bueno. Vamos a ver qué más hay. Este es el que teníamos, ¿no? El que tenemos. Lanza de sangre. Garras. Sí, no sé. ¿Qué más hay? Aumenta la resistencia, aumenta la salud. La salud sí hace falta. Bien, bien. La salud. Vamos a ver, un poquito. Eso. Bueno, ya tenemos como de curación, ahora falta como de ataque. ¿Qué dice acá? Ira. No. Sería mordida fuerte. Bueno, venga, a ver. Vamos a hacerle caso al compañero. Listo, listo. Había otro por acá que decía que regeneración de vida como para equilibrar. Eso. Sí, fíjate. No tengo. Bueno, dejémoslo así por ahora. Por ahora. Listo. A ver qué es lo que dice acá. Ok. No, pero por uno no pasa nada. Era como un borracho, creo. Esto tiene muchísima sangre. 2600. No me podría cargar a este, pero quién sabe. Que quede inestable, aguanta. Si me cargo a este, sí creo que baja el resto de la barrita. Entonces, pues sí, vamos a ver qué. Listo. ¿Y aquí qué es? Espera. Ok, el hospital. Los muelles. Ok. Aquí solo conozco esta vieja. Aquí no conozco nada, listo.
If I'm to stay here until my research is complete, I'd better learn to hide my true nature from the mortals. But what about my thirst for blood?
Vamos a ayudarles al 100%.
Hurry now, Doctor. It's freezing here.
Yes, Nurse Crane? How can I help you?
I'm so sorry. I know Dr. Swansea wanted you to rest, but we have somewhat of a crisis.
A crisis, you say?
Our supply of antiseptics is nearly depleted. I was hoping there was another box up here, but...
Sorry. There's nothing here.
Some of the patients won't last the night without them. Honestly, sir, I'm beside myself.
I may have a solution. In France, during the war, drugs shortage was a daily problem, and we had to use our wits to overcome the shortages.
However do you mean?
If combined correctly, certain household chemical products can be used in a pinch instead. Now, where's the hospital storeroom?
The storeroom? Fat chance. This is the Pembroke, and space is luxury we don't have. Everything used to be stored in the old morgue.
Perhaps I should look there first. Where is this morgue?
It's the large building behind the hospital. You'll need to go in the back door because it's been sealed off for sanitary reasons. Take this key. It opens a small back entrance at the end of a narrow street.
The abandoned morgue behind the hospital. A small door at the end of a narrow street. On my way then. Thank you, nurse.
Vamos, pues. Ah, venga, visitamos al doctor, que a ver si ya podemos entrar. Pero todavía en esas cosas no. Está apenas ese doctor. Bueno, vamos a ver.
It's locked, all right.
Ah, era por acá. A ver. No, 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 hijo de la madre, no, no, no. Desgraciado. Rómpale esa. Hijo de la... ¿Qué tal ese man? No, 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 hijo de la... No, no, no. Maldito no. ¿Qué tal este man? Bueno, ¿cómo es que me recupero ahí? Ah, ya no recuerdo. Bueno. ¿Cómo hago contra estos dos desgraciados? Si camino lentamente, de pronto no me detecta. Eso pues está bien. Todo está bien mientras no detecten los desgraciados. Todo bien, no pasa nada. Eso. Acá no creo que haya un desgraciado esperándome. Ah, no, bien. Creo que no, uy, quieto. Creo que no se han devuelto, no. No, parece que no. Listo, está apenas. Con paciencia. Listo, vamos pues.